Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to the 68th episode of the Anime Squad podcast. I'm your host, Josh.
And this is David.
And this week we have the skeleton crew here because Omar isn't here as well. But we'll hopefully see him next week.
Yep.
As always, if you guys enjoy our content, like and subscribe to the channel. And with that, we'll jump right into our new shows because we got a few. We got two new shows this week.
Yep.
So we'll start with Masters of the Universe Revelation Episode 1. So what were your immediate thoughts right off the bat? Because we watched this one together.
I guess it really it was not good for us to jump in because it was probably a sequel, but
it felt like it. It felt like it.
Like we were at the end of like the ending of that season or ending of something,
Yeah, it was weird because it didn't really establish the characters or anything like that. It sort of just jumped us right into it, and it did like a really rough introduction, and then we had like a battle right away immediately, and I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
It was interesting. I like how the whole setup was, like the whole classic He-Man, and it looked like their old style. And
yeah, it had a good style to it.
Yeah. I love the music. The music was really enjoyable within the show.
The music was fantastic.
And I guess why is like the only two characters that I only knew was He-Man and Skeletor. Other characters were like I didn't know them at all. But it was
I don't know. Is this a sequel to like the old series or just
probably?
Is it like because I didn't know who the girl was or like the cat. I was really confused with the cat as soon as I saw him. Like, why is this cat? Why is he so wimpy? What's going on here? It's like, I don't want to fight, and then he turns into the big dragon monster cat thing.
But the action scenes and all that was pretty fun. It was entertaining. It was a really entertaining show. Yeah,
it was really fun. It was like, I don't know. I wasn't expecting too much, but because it's He-Man. Like I'm not expecting in depth, but it did surprise me the actual plotline of the first episode. Like, it was really serious for the first episode. And there's only 5 episodes in the first season, so I guess everything would be accelerated. What did you think of that ending?
No, what's crazy? Just to hear Mark Hamill, hearing Mark Hamill play Skeletor, it was just funny because I always think of Joker, and just hearing him, I'm like, oh, is that the Joker? Yeah, that's the Joker.
Yeah, it was cool. They got a big star-studded cast for this for the show. Like, it's pretty.
But his
surprising.
His voice is really iconic that I couldn't get away from it. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, it's the Mark Hamill, and Skeletor's a really cool villain. He's iconic. You don't even have to watch He-Man to know who Skeletor is. Everyone's seen the memes.
Yeah, both He-Man and Skeletor.
Yeah, they've been memed on so much. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. That's why we said we only knew those 2 characters going into this.
But it was awesome. The action scenes were pretty cool too.
Yeah, very fluid, well animated action scenes. Like it felt like anime almost. It wasn't like that. A lot of cartoons, Western cartoons, kind of suffer from like. Even Invincible a little bit suffered from like really like kind of stiff animation at times.
Yeah, because you see the motion when Skeletor does his rotation when he did he launched the fireball. He rotated like 180, I think. He would just rotate and he threw the fireball and stuff. That looked pretty awesome.
That was awesome, and the way he was rotating as well with his dark magic balls that he was shooting out. He did like a 360 and was throwing them all around. Yeah, that was awesome. But then the ending was wow. I was not expecting. Basically, season's over. It's done.
Yeah, both Skeletor and He-Man died, I guess.
Died, I guess.
Got consumed by the universe itself.
Yeah, and then we had a really dramatic ending where, you know, it was like a real death, like telling the king who didn't know it was He-Man. I don't know how you didn't know it was He-Man, dude. Like, figure it out after so long.
Kind of looks like your son, just saying.
He kind of looks like your son, just a little bit. He's got the same blonde hair,
Yeah.
just a little more buff.
Probably same face, you know.
Same face, same voice, same attitude. Like, maybe put 2 and 2 together. It's like the Clark Kent glasses thing.
But yeah, everyone else knew except the chick, right? The
Yeah,
one that
she was never told either.
Yeah.
She figured it out, I think, and she was upset with everyone.
yeah, just
Because I think they were supposed to marry.
yeah. No, were they?
I think so. I felt like it. Like, that's why they were at the ball in the first place. Someone was getting married, I feel like.
But yeah.
I don't know about that, but I'm just gonna assume it. It's my headcanon ship.
And I think we captured everything.
Yeah, pretty solid episode. What would you rate it so far, first impression wise?
6, just a 6. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna push it too high or low. You know what? 5.5. 5.5. I'll leave it at 5.5.
Yeah, I'll do a 5 as well, because like I'm not expecting anything crazy. It's the first episode and our main characters are quote unquote dead.
They dead.
And our main villain too. So I don't know where they can go from here. But yeah, it's mediocre. It's fun though. Like, it's definitely, I'd recommend just giving it a watch, especially if you like the old cartoon as well. Like, if you grew up with it, then definitely, because it retains a lot of the same, obviously same 2 characters, and it seems like the plot line's going to be very, you know, good versus evil, simplistic like that too.
Yes.
So go check it out. We're definitely going to continue. It's only 5 episodes, so with that, we will move on to our second new show. The Idaten Deities Only Know Peace, episode 1 and 2. They gave us 2 episodes when they released it, so we're gonna talk about both of them because we don't want to be behind.
Yep.
So getting right into it, this one was weird. It started off like it's kind of 3 right into it. We know that gods were brought down by humans to save the world from demons. And now they don't really care anymore. They're kind of they don't have to fight them anymore. They're all sealed away. Now they just beat up on each other.
Yeah, like the first episode. Damn, I'm trying to remember. I don't want to mix both of them.
Yeah. The first episode was basically them just like going to the ice place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The whole ice location, and they were fighting the
demon that was
itself.
encased in the ice.
We got introduced to both of the 3 of the characters so far.
All 4 of them, actually.
Oh yeah, the grandma, I guess.
The old hag granny.
The old hag granny, yeah.
Who beats them all up.
That's a weird kind of training.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird.
I'm like,
I mean, the glasses guy has a point. I wouldn't want to be, because we also saw they can't really die, so she literally just like murdering them every time she trades them.
I feel like the training is like, it's like the more they get beaten up, the more hardened they become. I get strong in a way.
Yeah, they explain that in episode 2, how their body gets used to getting, you know, killed over and over again.
Well, that's how I saw it in the beginning. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how it works.
Yeah.
At least how I saw it in the beginning.
They said also in the second episode how it takes like around 50 to 80 years for their organs to like harden and get used to the punishment. So, and our main guy Hayato, he's been trained for 80 years, so he's at the point where he's starting not to get hurt by her brutal beatings anymore.
So on the first episode, I liked when he was fighting. All 3 of them were fighting the the demon and stuff, and they get punched in the. That's a real big thing on this show where they get punched in the hole through their chest.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's like the major.
It happened
thing.
twice. Yeah.
It's either getting a hole punched through their chest or getting punched in the chest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I noticed on the first episode and probably the second episode too, but mostly in the first one.
Yeah, in the first one was really prominent because you were like seeing how kind of these characters like work, you know, and how they are like invincible, and that they don't die. And he could get his heart gouged out and still be perfectly fine.
The villain was so generic.
He's just generic bad guy and
old man,
evil scientist.
Yeah.
But there was a twist, dude. He's a full ass robot.
Of course, at the end of the episode, we realized that he's a robot.
He's a robot guy, because one of our deities blew up the plane.
Yep, he was at Mach 2 apparently. I was like, what? and he caught up to him like nothing.
He just jumped on it, man. He was like, I'm coming here, dude. No problem. I'm gonna take your plane down. You're gonna give us some answers.
You're gonna give us a lot of answers, or I could stop it.
And then so yeah, we from the first episode we learn basically that the Zobel Empire are basically like the Nazis of this world. Like, they're really horrible.
Oh yeah,
and they just go and terrorize everyone. Yeah, we all the little villages.
The weirdest scene ever on the first episode.
Oh yeah, the last scene. I guess that was just shock value to show just how horrible these people are. Like, that was brutal. No spoilers here. Go watch it for yourself if you're curious.
Yeah. Or don't either if you don't like that.
Yeah, it's pretty grotesque. So
yeah,
it does get its point across.
I guess they made it art art style, I guess, because they never showed it, but they showed the soldiers making faces.
It felt like Clockwork Orange style, you know, with the music playing in the background, like the dancing and stuff like that. It felt like really eerily like joyful, and it was in the church.
Yeah,
I was like, oh.
I was like, geez, I don't want to see this. But yeah.
Speaking of art style, though, this anime has a really interesting, unique art style. Like, it's really cool. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really interesting. A fun fact, the artist for this show has 2 of their original works out this season, Boy Riverside and Kobayashi Dragon Maid, so they're on the grind, and their artwork looks beautiful in this show, and it's like, it's just really nice. It's really pretty to look at. Lots of vibrant colors, lots of great camera angles and stuff like that. The unique setting. And but that was just episode 1. We got episode 2 as well.
Yep.
And episode 2 was just as interesting. We learned more about the gods, and like, we had a very long discussion. Well, first, we found out that our 2 kind of wimpy gods are joining the training regime with the guy who took down.
They didn't want to.
They didn't want to, but he's like, it's probably for the best that, you know, something doesn't hapen. Yeah, because to us,
our second, our blue-haired character, he's not much of a fighter. He's just
a nerd.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't want to fight.
But it's probably for our best interest to do it. And then the other girl's just aloof and doesn't even know what's going on.
Well, because she was new, wasn't she?
Yeah, she wasn't brought into the world by Granny, so she never even met her at that point.
So yeah, she was summoned like later on. If anything, she's new.
Yeah, but she got a rude introduction. Immediately punched in the lungs and slowly dying. Yep. That was brutal. You just heard her. They just lingered on her guttural like for like 2 minutes.
It's funny because both of them get knocked out, and it's hilarious just seeing both of them on the floor. Looked
Yeah,
like
and
after a
then- and
boxing
then
match.
Granny's like, they'll recover in 3 days. It's okay. These leave them there.
Yeah, both of them too.
Yeah. But so while they're lying there, they kind of tell us about like the world and stuff like that. They kind of tell us about how they're created. They're literally just pulled out of portals that randomly form. And eventually, if no one pulls them out, eventually they'll just be birthed out of these like portal. But if someone pulls them out, then that's their like master kind of. That's kind of like their mother, I guess, in a weird way. So we learned a little bit about that. We also learned that the gods don't care about humans fighting each other at all. And while they're talking about this, you get these backdrops of the Zobel Empire like just rampaging the world and going crazy and just destroying everything in their path. And it was.
But we realized one of them is what was it? Demon?
Yeah, they're all demons actually.
Oh, really?
All of the main military leaders, yeah, because you got.
Well, I don't mean
I
meant the soldiers themselves were regular, but she was the biggest one, no? Or are they all? Is the military literally the demons?
No, the military grunts, like who do the fighting, are normal people.
They're normal. But I mean the girl.
But all the elite. So there's like 4 or 5 elite that are demons. Like we saw that one girl who like met up with our main super strong girl, the blonde one that picked up the tank and threw it at the other side.
Yeah.
So yeah, we found out that the elite of the Zobel Empire are all these half human, half demon hybrids that have like these weird special powers. And because we established that the gods don't fight humans, they fight demons, it's gonna get a little tricky now once the gods find out they're half demon. So we'll see if we get this weird 3-way brawl to the end.
And then we return back to the war location where our I didn't even say what the girl was. She was a nun.
Yeah, she was a nun.
So the nun scene. Well, not the nun scene, but nun location where this city was pretty much destroyed by this military group taking down people that were that were all wishing for their god to save them.
Yeah, and then I think the last scene is her just lying down after everything that happened, being like, is God even real?
Yeah.
At that point, which was it was bittersweet, because while they were explaining about like how they don't care about humans and stuff like that, it was just showing all these atrocities, and you feel bad because you're like, man, you got these beings here that can just beat them up. But then they make a good point, be like, why would you destroy humans to save other humans? Like, humans are destroying themselves, and they're gonna be like, they're not gonna go extinct because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very logical, weird approach to war, basically. But yeah, very super interesting anime, super different. Definitely, it's stylistic.
Yeah,
like I said, bizarre.
I guess we'll give our ratings for this one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 so far. I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I thought they were really, really good, and really. It was weird because they were dark, but they also had like an air of like comedy as well. So you had all this dark, horrible stuff going on, but then you had like the gods just messing around and getting beat up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I'm excited to see where it goes.
So for me, I'm gonna be lower than you. I guess a 6 for that one, because I'm not 100% on the show yet. At least the story wise, I'm not there yet. It seems like a just a basic story. It's not convoluted yet, or maybe it gets later on. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But for now, it's pretty a simple story about the gods don't care about humans, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the art. The art style is amazing. I love the different color palettes they showed in the 2 episodes at least. I like the scene where it all of a sudden goes white white and black, and then I think it was a dream, and it goes like completely red, or I forgot what scene it was, but it changes colors within that scene, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a 6 so far. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not just fighting. That's it. You know. Hopefully it's gets more into the characters even more.
Yeah. We saw a little bit of like the philosophy behind it, but like you said, yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on, and you know, it's only 2 episodes, so we'll see by episode 3 if it's you know, a drop or a keep.
Well, I'm not giving it too harsh. I'm just my it's just a 6 for now. It's not later on, maybe it'll build up or maybe it'll go down. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly, man. We'll see. So yeah, we'll move right along to Resident Evil Infinite Darkness episode 3.
All right, this episode was kind of confusing. All right, the first and second one were fine, but this third one was confusing because I'm like, wait, all of a sudden you're here, then once you're here, the whole how did you guys get here? You guys were just running away.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what?
I felt that too, to be honest. I felt it was really confusing. Like the whole like building collapsed and then they were just in the rubble.
The very beginning of the episode where weren't we just over there at some buildings by the I forgot the city's name, but weren't they there? And then they were like filling up their guns, and then of course he got shot, the guy, and they both ran away, and then they're all of a sudden in China already. I was like, whoa, how did we even get here at first?
Yeah.
Or maybe that was China. Who knows?
I don't, probably not.
But it was so quick, and I was like, oh, okay, let's continue, I guess, the story.
Yeah, I remember this episode. I had to go back a few times and like go back in the episode and see like did I miss anything, because it started moving at the speed of light, and I get it because it's like 4 episodes and you have to tell a story in 4 episodes, but man, is the pacing wonky in this one episode. The first 2 are not that bad for pacing, but this episode's really bad.
I didn't really care about the military brother.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, he got infected. Oh well. In my head, I'm like,
I don't know. I don't really care about the subplot. The characters that you like are interested in are barely even showing up. Like Claire's barely even in this story so far.
Yeah,
I think she shows up at the end to like be like, oh, I want to interview that evil guy who wants to start the war with China. Yeah, and they're like, no, you're not allowed.
We had that glimpse in the building where she found out pretty much what happened in a way.
Yeah.
And she wanted the interview, and then they're like, no. And then she knows too much pretty much at the end, so they taser her at the end.
And that's the start of the last episode. So
pretty much Leon is like, our government's bad, but it's also that guy's fault too.
Yeah.
Mr. Hero of Palace. I keep forgetting the name.
Panam Stan, I think it is.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
So that guy's probably not dead, and he will be seeing him probably next episode.
Yeah. So, you know, a bit of a wonky episode this time, but hey, we got one left. We'll see where it goes. Let's see how it ends it off. I just view this like this should have been more than 4 episodes. Like I always like it's trying to tell such a big story in 4 episodes. Like, man, I don't think that's a good idea.
That or just make it a film.
Yeah, just because all the other ones are movies. I think there's only like a few series.
No. This is the first series.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
interesting.
What is it? Degeneration, Damnation, Vendetta. Those are all movies.
Yeah.
This is like the first episodic one.
Yeah, so we'll see how the final episode goes. It's interesting. So I don't know what to think about it. I was expecting more from this one episode because they left a lot of questions just unanswered. But we'll see. We'll see in the next episode. And with that, we'll move on to How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, episode 4. So this episode was basically just, we found out that the little girl, the cliffhanger from the last episode, the little beast girl, talked to a demon once, and we learned a bit about the history of that, and
pretty much that she's able to talk to demons in a way, right?
Which is like huge because demons control like half of the land mass, and if they could have someone to, you know, communicate with them, then they could like make trades and make it like a peace treaty almost. Pretty
much, and get a little bit of their their land that they lost, I guess, versus them.
Yeah, in exchange for like important stuff.
Yeah.
And like coexist, you know, live peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh my gosh, well, we have to protect her, and then they're like, well, we can't just like bring her in, and we they had this really weird conversation about what they were gonna do with her.
That was weird. I thought that scene was weird. Like,
yeah, they were like, you should marry her, and he's like, that's not uncommon to marry a 10-year-old. I'm like, bruh, stop.
Probably
he's like, no. Yeah.
And then
that was,
like,
that was weird.
Make her my sister, and then what was the other thing? They were no, at the end it was pretty much they end up being adopted, I guess.
Yeah, her Lycia's parents, the former king and queen, adopted her because it was good. It could have been Lycia and Soma, but they're not married, so they couldn't adopt yet, as per rules.
But the thing that I found weird was like, so he's also gonna marry the wolf mother, the king?
No, I don't.
Because didn't they say that we're also gonna take care of your mom and your.
Yeah, but I don't think they meant marriage. I think they just meant live in the castle with your family. Okay. Like they would like legally adopt their kid, but they would still have their family there because the wolf girl was like, I have my own family. Like, don't just take me away from my family, please.
Okay, that's where I got confused. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, so now she has 2 moms, basically.
Yes, right?
Yeah. So, and then, so that took up a huge chunk of the episode, actually, that whole discussion and the whole lore behind it and everything. The next, like, part of the episode was just them, like, taste testing foods.
Food wars?
Food wars, yeah. And they were like, ew, it's octopus. Ew, icky, gross.
The ingredients of the foods, too.
Yeah.
Felt like an episode of Food Wars, man.
Yeah, I felt like they were talking about how to prepare it and everything. I was like, oh wow.
I did not get the whole what was it? What are they called? The grasshopper thingies?
The crickets, I think.
Lucas. There you go. The Lucas.
Lotus.
Lotus. There you go. Lotus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they were like not into that, and then they didn't even eat it. It was just the little wolf girl who was like, tastes like my homeland, and then he was like, it tastes like my homeland because they have soy sauce here.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Just because that was a big question mark. I was like, what? What's happening here, man?
Your soy, just because of you had the grasshopper with the soy sauce. That's what.
Yeah, you could have had anything, man. Yeah. Like. With that you could put the octopus in it.
Yeah, man. Why didn't you take the octopus? I looked kind of weird when he was doing the octopus thing. I was like, whoa, that octopus is getting what do you call it, deformed.
Yeah, he's like punching it over and over, killing it. Ugh. My reaction was all the girls' reactions who were trying it. I was like, well, ugh. Ew, icky, gross, octopus. But at the very end of the episode, apparently this could be a daily thing. These weird cliffhangers, because surprise food item grosses everybody out. I don't know what to feel about this show, man.
You want to know what's interesting of this show? They love using the 3-dimensional scenes a lot.
Yeah.
They like doing the. I wonder how much is that just to do that whole the rotation of the image, because you see him on one scene and then all of a sudden the whole camera moves. Like if there was a camera, the camera would move towards a different side and stuff. I thought that was cool, but I'm like, damn, can't that cost money? Or maybe is it CGI? I don't even notice, to tell you the truth.
It didn't look like CGI.
But it's crazy that they do the whole perspective thing on this show way too often. But I notice it a lot, at least. But yeah, that was the end of the episode.
Episode 4. We'll see what that food item was, man. I'm so excited. Next week, see what that food item is.
Yes.
And with that, we'll move on to our next anime, Peach Boy Riverside, episode 4, aka episode 1, because this definitely was the first episode.
Yes, it
of
was.
The series.
And you could tell.
Yeah, easily. Like they didn't even try to hide it. Like it was literally, we saw Sally. She had long hair. She was a princess. She was running away. She wasn't in her outfit.
Yeah, she had a long ass name. I was confused. I was like, wait, how do you say that?
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna butcher it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call her Sally still. But yeah, we found out this episode. We already knew because this is the first episode basically, but she really wanted to go on an adventure. And she was running away from the guards, and
she tried at the beginning.
Had enough of her shit.
You know what's funny? Like, see, at least in this show, the king looks cool compared to the other king.
Yeah, he's not wimpy and
yeah. At least this king looks, he looks like he has authority,
Yeah.
The other one didn't. But the king was he was like, nah, you can't leave this castle. But finally he finally realized, like, hey man, I can't control her life completely. I'm gonna let her go. We're about to die.
It must be scary too, because like all the ogres out there, man. There's like a million of them. One of them sneaked into the castle. I'm like, how did that happen? You guys better get some better security.
Hey man, he probably killed them. He was one of those sly ones.
Yeah,
sneaky assassin.
But then our Peach Boy Mikoto was just like, nah, B.
And then we finally realized that he is a man, completely.
Yeah, he's completely a man, and he just really looks like a
beautiful,
a very feminine man.
Yeah, even the guard is like, damn. He blushed. He blushed too. I was like, what?
I was like, whoa, dude. Whoa. Well, even when Sally walked in on him, she didn't even know right away until he said it.
Yeah.
Even though he's flat.
It was funny because even though she landed right on top of him, she's still like, oh, you're flat.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I wonder why.
And then it was funny too. It was like, oh, you're prettier than me. Damn it.
Who's this pretty ass man waltzing into my kingdom?
And then,
but yeah, it just, it all went to shit, and we got
because the guy pretty much he left the kingdom, the guy that sneaked in, and then he saw the actual the one that murdered their country, I think. And
yeah, he was the one that.
And he's like, oh,
wow,
I'm gone.
I'm gone. Let's go, guys. And then all of his ogre buddies are like, nah, dude, we gotta see us through, bro. What do you mean we're gone? And they didn't know about him. And he's like, no, don't mess with him. And then
did that guy leave?
And then they messed with him.
Did that hat dude leave? I don't even remember if he came out later on. I
think he got slaughtered with the rest of them.
Jeez. And you just see Sally just witness the whole murder.
Yeah, she was like, holy smokes.
She even puked, I guess.
Yeah, she was trying to follow him, but then Mikoto said whenever they get to this area, they always start puking. They never follow me past that. The blood, guts everywhere area. Cause he wasn't clean with his kills at all, man. He was like chopped them up a million times. Then the dog came out of nowhere. I was starting to get confused then. I was like, where'd that dog come from?
It's this travel buddy.
It's this travel buddy. He's like, yeah, well, you did it? Yeah, all right, let's go.
Let's get going.
Let's get going. Next place to kill ogres.
To kill them titans. I mean ogres.
This feels like, yeah.
We got Aaron over here trying to destroy all ogres.
We got Aaron trying to destroy all the titans over here.
Yep. That's what I thought when I saw that. I'm like, this guy
honestly,
just wants to kill all
because
the
we
ogres.
see like the walls too. Oh my god, they lived in walled cities to protect themselves.
But yeah.
Yeah, so, and then Sally goes on her adventure, and that's when we get to episode 1 of what we saw, where she meets Frau.
Yeah, that was in the what do you call it? At the end, like and after the credits, right?
Yeah, that was the little preview afterwards. So it just proves that they literally just aired this out of sequence. I'm like, bruh, why? I don't understand. It worked fine if they just aired it properly.
But yeah, so I guess next week we'll see what Sally chooses, I guess.
Yeah, we'll finally see that. Either Mikoto or the other guy. I can't remember his name.
Cause in that this episode that we saw is like, she wants to know why the ogres are bad.
Yeah.
So that's why then eventually when we get to that scene where she's like, oh, I want to save both, and so now we'll see what side she picks, or she walks away. You know what? I think she's gonna walk away.
Yeah, I think she will too. I mean, man, I still want to know how she got that Peach Boy power. Like,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Like, I want to, like, she's just a normal girl. So I'm confused on that aspect. So hopefully we get some answers coming up.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess with that we'll just move on to the next one. Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy episode 3. What do you think of this episode?
So we gotta learn a little bit more about our MC now, even more, where we realize that where the ugliness comes in, because at first the first two episodes, the first two episodes, like, he ain't ugly. He just looks like your regular old regular old guy,
Yeah.
There's nothing ugly about him here. So our MC ends up he's trying to find humans, because he's been only seeing monsters.
Yeah, and it's driving him mad. He wants to see humans now. He wants to interact with his own kind. And but when he does meet humans, he can't speak their language, and they're terrified of him.
Yeah, because at first he scares one of the girls. Like, he literally says hi, and then the chick starts running away like crazy.
Yeah.
He gets to the city itself, and then the military or the knights were already outside waiting for him. I was like, damn.
Back away, monster. And he's like, what?
What? And then they started shooting with the arrows. I was like, damn.
He has to run away.
That's messed up.
But we find out the reason why. It's because he's got so much energy exuding from him that it looks like he's a demon. 3 demons to be precise.
Yeah, so that's where his ugliness comes in, you know.
Yeah, that's what everyone sees, because they said, "Oh, I guess your face isn't that nice, but your your real ugliness is your energy."
Pretty much. So that was interesting. That's something new than what you usually see in a isekai.
Yeah. Usually the protagonist is like very, kind of loved by everyone, even ones that are stereotypically not like that, like Shield Hero or something. They gain that, but to see an isekai where the main character is so repulsive that humans hate him is kind of crazy, and he has to like hide his face.
Oh yeah, once he gets it's funny too, because we get a montage of him trying to learn the human language. It was kind of weird. At the same time, I was like, wait, he's trying to learn his own kind.
Yeah, he's trying to learn his own language. Eventually, he doesn't know how to speak it with the right dialect. It sounds like he's forcing it.
It's cool because we get to see that we can't literally listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, like it's like a deformed version of Japanese. It's really interesting.
So that's actually cool. I was like, oh, damn. That's how foreign language sounds.
Eventually he resorts to just writing it out on his little finger tablet thing.
Oh, and of course,
showing it to people.
And of course, too, the what are they again? The gnome guys? No, not gnomes. What are they?
The dwarves.
The dwarfs create a ring so they could shrink his power, energy
output, so that he's not like looking like 3 demons every time he walks anywhere.
So it's funny when they get to the guild too, because
that's really funny, because they're like, "Oh, you're first timers, let's check your power level," and then his two like servants going in, their power levels insane. It's like 150, level 1500 or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, cool," and everyone's like, what and he's like, "Oh, let me check my level too, level 1."
Yeah, he's literally level 1, but of course it's because of the ring itself, you know.
Yeah,
that's calming down his powers. I wonder who that
would be, like level 2000 or something.
I wonder who that guy was, the serious dude right there in the bar. Well, not the bar, he was in the back just looking at the group. Yeah,
they flashed to that.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see him in next episode or sometime in the future. But we also learned about the 3rd highest level person, the Dragon Slayer lady.
Yeah.
Who's level 900 and something.
I like that the dragon girl's like, I don't think this is a good person, man. Oh yeah. You know what was funny too? The power level too. That when they were both discussing between each other, like, I should be more powerful. You know how? Because the spider girl's stronger than the dragon.
Yeah, and she was like, "What? How are you more powerful than me? I don't understand."
That was funny.
So yeah, they get to the hotel, and he's able to take off his mask finally.
Yeah. They were getting chased in the beginning of the
they were getting followed around.
Yeah, there you go, followed.
People were sus of them.
Yes, they were sus.
So yeah, that's where the episode ends off. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can get out of this situation and not get destroyed here. Although I don't think they will, because he's extremely powerful and he's got 2 level 1000 something helpers. So
I wonder if the running gag would be like, if he takes off his mask, everyone just runs away. I wonder the guys that are coming in, they're gonna be afraid once he removes his mask.
That'd be funny. He's like, "Oh man, he's so ugly, so ugly."
But
yeah. So pretty funny episode. We'll see what happens with that whole chase scene. And with that, we'll move on to our next episode. Not next episode, sorry, next show. And it's a doozy. Girlfriend, episode 4. This one was a weird episode. I don't know. This one wasn't as. It left off right after like the cliffhanger after he touched Nagisa's boob.
Everything got solved pretty much.
Yeah. Everything got solved. He's like, Saki, you just keep being your pretty little self. You don't need to do anything for me.
Yeah.
Basically. And she's like, no, but I want to do things for you. And he's like, okay, sure.
And all she had to do is walk in the next house. That was it. And we're at no, we're not at school yet. It was the whole them trying to he falls asleep pretty much, and now the girls are like, oh, we're gonna be what are we?
Friends?
No, not friends. First they said
acquaintances.
No, rivals. They're rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both gonna be rivals. We're gonna try to, who's gonna get him first. I'm like, no, but at the same time, I want to be your friend.
Yeah, it was actually really cute, that scene, because it was like, these two, they didn't ask for this weird relationship. They didn't ask to be in it, but
blue hair chick did.
They both love him, so it's like, but they don't love each other, so it's like, well, it's cute seeing them like kind of be friends and like kind of getting along with each other instead of being cold with one another because they're jealous.
The one thing I kind of get tired of the show, I'm starting to feel it, is where our MC gets hit, and then our blue hair chick gets she's the cute one. Oh my god, cute.
Yeah, I'm kind of that's a lame joke. I don't like violence in my anime a lot of times, like just like random like girls punching the guy in the face. I'm not big on that because I've never liked that. So that's getting really old.
Yeah, I don't
Saki
mind
just being violent to him for no reason.
Like, I don't mind it, but don't give it to me too much. It's like when
it's been like multiple times every episode so far. It's like, oh, the jokes, you've run the joke into the ground, guys.
That's the one thing I'm like, I get it. He's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, but basically.
Just not. Please.
Yeah, let's just tone it back a little bit. Let's not have him getting knocked out every single episode. He's gonna have CTE or something.
Pull his ear, do that,
make it cuter. Like, I don't know. It's a romance anime, and these two are like punch him in the face.
Pinch his cheek,
Yeah.
Do something else other than do the same thing over and over. At least from those two things that really annoy me now.
Yeah, like you said with the Nagisa cute thing, like we get it. She's cute. We get it. We can all see that she's cute. Okay? You don't have to show how Saki's having weird feelings in her stomach. She's beginning to like girls because Nagisa's so cute. Okay, we don't need to see that for the billionth time. We understand.
But of course, the show's gonna continue. So this episode wasn't like too like over the top like the other three were, but yeah.
But we do have introduction to a new girl.
Yes.
The VTuber. The anime gacha game YouTuber girl.
Wait, but before that, they also played the video game, and I guess that was the comedy where our blue hair girl played the game for hours, but she sucks.
She's terrible. She played for 1,000 hours and she can't even get one kill. And Saki's like, wow, you totally suck.
And Saki is the gamer girl.
She's a gamer girl. She likes those gacha games.
And then
Nagisa's like, oh, check out this girl. And Saki's like, I don't like her because she shows her boobies on stream all the time. And then they notice the uniform in the background. It's like,
no.
Gasp. She goes to our school. Oh my gosh.
And then we get to that scene where they're they're at lunch. Of course, they're hanging out. The most obvious place where people, girls and guys go in. The whole cliche, we're gonna be in the what do you call it? The closet.
The gym storage area. To do naughty things.
So
but really they're just eating lunch in there.
Yeah, and I was like, how did this girl even get here? Like, what
Yeah,
made
I
you
don't know
decide?
where she came from. Why was she in there? She just jumped in there and was like, hey, what's up?
like
I
what-
was just coming in.
Like, what made you come to this place?
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, you guys are totally suspect. You guys are in here. 2 girls, 1 guy. What are you doing in here? And then she's making fun of them. And then and then Nagisa, our blue hair girl,
She
recognizes
knew,
and she's
yeah.
trying to get out like, hey, I know you from YouTube, but they keep interrupting her. And it just goes unnecessarily long with like this weird back and forth.
Yeah, I was like, just let her say it, man.
Just let her say it. And then when she finally says it, she's like, oh, poopy, dude. I deleted the thumbnail right away. I can't believe anyone saw that.
Damn.
Ah. And then we get this really weird scene at the very end where she's like, you know what? I'm gonna have a complete change of character. I'll be your girlfriend. I'm like, what? What is going on?
No, that's the cliffhanger, man. Don't
I
ruin
don't understand.
Don't ruin the
Why she even
cliffhanger.
said that?
Cause it's insane, all right. It's madness, all right.
That's madness, man.
She is the third girl of this
She's the third
love
girl, dude.
harem.
This weird love whatever quadruple at this point.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cliffhanger. So now what are the other 2 girls gonna think? I don't know. He's got like a whole he's like having 6 wives. Like, it's crazy. This anime's crazy, man. But yeah, this episode wasn't as funny as the other ones, but it was alright. Still, hopefully it picks back up in the comedy. It doesn't reuse jokes like.
It wasn't funny cringy. It was just cringy.
It was just
For
cringy
me.
this time. Yeah, it's just cringe. But you know, still enjoyable. We'll see where it goes. We'll see how it
not
does.
for me, man. I was not
Hopefully-
enjoyed.
Yeah, hopefully like David said, we stop with the same reused jokes. Like, come on, let's get some
That
new
or
material here.
Don't give me serious moments either, where they're trying to get serious for a second. I don't want that.
No, just make it trash, all trash, dude.
Yeah.
Just go. Let's completely lose all focus.
Yeah, go back to the classroom and try to whine at everyone, telling them like, "Oh, we're a couple, a big couple." Say that.
Go back to Nagisa looking up Saki's history, just it all being sex and then her freaking out.
See that's funny.
That's
Stupid.
funny. That's funniness. But yeah, this episode felt like a little step back,
Yeah.
but hopefully it regains its footing. And with that, let's just move on to Black Company Dungeon, episode 3.
Yep. We moved on to a new section where they got sent to the island.
Yeah, they got promoted.
They got promoted.
Now they're getting sent to the island. That's gonna brainwash them into becoming corporate grunts.
I thought it was funny.
The pig guy.
Oh, that was funny too. I was like, damn, these guys are becoming slaves. That we're even more slaves now.
Literally, yeah, like it's so bad. They wanted to buy those figurines. Like,
Yeah.
they wanted to buy like 10 of them, and they're just like crappy little.
No, and prior to that, where the whole thank you, sir. What were they saying? I forgot. What was it? Thank you or something. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. When they're talking to the pig man. I thought that scene was hilarious because we see our MC as well saying sorry.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what's happening to you, man?
What's going on, guys?
You were the douchebag guy, and now you're trying to say sorry to this pig man?
No, dude, don't say sorry. But then we found out that they really were brainwashing them, and that our alligator guy and our main character were like, no, we're gonna take the confusion grass that we're not supposed to eat, and we're gonna use it to our benefit. And they used it on the mages, and the mages just blew up the whole island.
That was hilarious. They just kamikazed, man.
They just kamikaze. Like, what did he tell them in the grass, dude? Like, what? Why did they just blow up the island? I don't understand.
That was funny, man.
That was wacky. So yeah, and we also got introduced with a new member of the company, not by her own choice, basically kidnapped.
That part was pretty funny. I enjoyed that scene, because then you see the actual bad company, the whole bad company group, like they were all chilling in there. Well, at first, she was like, "Oh, you're gonna like this place, man. Every like you gotta love this job. We're working you guys as slaves." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
There's nothing good about this company ever.
Yeah, and he was like, "Are you stupid?" She's like, "No, you need to learn." And he's like, "No, you need to learn." And they just start arguing.
And then once they got into the dungeon, it was funny too.
Yeah, she was like she's like, "Oh, look, I'm so strong. You want to do my job? Here, attack that thing." And then he's like, "Oh, no, I can't do it." And then she's like, "I can. Ha, I'm so good." And then she attacks it. And then he's like, one of the ants comes out and he's like, "Oh,
I gotta get out of here.
Get out of here. You're gonna die." And the ant's like, what? I can't understand you. And then she sees it and she's like acting all cocky.
And then, no. The funny part was he was already up there. I was like, "Hey, why are you doing up there?"
Yeah, and he's like trying to hide the ant, and then she just like comes up and gets right in his face, and then he panics and is like, "Rim, dinner time!" And then Rim comes down and just beats her up. And then the kidnapper, they're like, "You work for me now."
We're blackmailing.
We're blackmailing you. You work for us now. And she's like, "I'm gonna call corporate. I'm gonna get you guys banned off of the company.
You're part of us now."
And he's like, "Nah, you stay with us." So now she's a part of it, and she's probably gonna bitch and moan the entire time.
We'll see, because I noticed in the ending, she gets attached to her MC.
Yeah, she might fall in love with him. Ooh, that'd be spicy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right, and with that, we're gonna move on to the Duke of Death and his Maid, episode 3. Now, this was a good ass episode, man. The quality episode.
The beginning scene, of course, he's playing pool by himself, and then he ended up playing with his maid, of course. And
yeah, of course.
They had a bet.
And he was distracted for very obvious reasons. And yeah, she won, and he could basically do whatever she wanted.
And he was thinking the worst already, you know.
Yeah, she was thinking like, "Oh my god, what is she gonna make me do?" But no, it's just something really, just simple. Come visit me.
And
whatever.
It's funny too, because she says, "Oh, you were thinking wrong, huh? I just wanted you to go out with me to the festival, because it's been a while since we went to a fest. Oh well, I had been to a festival." So then
she was like, I love the dynamic between our two main characters, because it's obvious they love each other, but they still teasing holds no bounds with these two, man. She goes off.
Yes.
But yeah, so he ends up going into town.
Of course, he's wearing a costume, because this is a costume festival kind of ish thing.
Yeah, and he is completely covered in like a metal cage, so that if anyone bumps into him, they're not gonna die. So yeah, so he's completely in costume. He takes a while to get used to it. He's initially really like, "I want to go home. I don't want to be here."
I like how this episode ended up too, because he changed his mind towards the end.
Yeah, that was really cute. After he plays the piano, and that was a bomb ass song. Actually, that was an awesome song. Everyone gets involved. Everyone's dancing, and he's like so happy he gets to be like a part of something. The little kid is like, "Thank you, mister. Thank you for playing," and everything.
At first, he was crying, and I was like, no, don't give me these characters. I don't want him to cry right here." He was trying his hardest to calm him down.
Yeah, and it worked, man. It got the whole town involved,
Yeah.
dancing and everything. And you know, he was on cloud nine. He was like, I want to stick around here. I love it here. It's really nice. It's really fun. And Alice was like, oh, really? Like, we could go home now. And he's like, no, I want to stay around a little longer. And she was really excited. She was like, hey, is that really the Duke in there? And then she got really close to him, stuck her head in his costume, and looked weird.
It's funny. It was funny too, because you saw the people in the background look at her like, what is she doing?
Yeah, because she's a little low inside the costume there, so it kind of looks a little sus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cute moment, and then it kind of brings him back when he's like, oh, that mask looks like me, and the shopkeeper's like, yeah, there's this really scary monster guy up there that anything he touches is death, and he's like, oh, that's me. Oh, that's me. I guess I'm an urban legend here.
And then
so, bit of a sad moment.
And then we get to hear the story of the the moon and the princess.
Yeah, and how they could never
had to be a witch
together,
right?
Yeah. It was the witch that took the prince away from the princess. And I like the little part where he's like, this damn witches.
Yeah.
Always ruining everything.
I thought it was funny.
And then the whole boat scene was like, it was really cute, and it got pretty sad too, but because it really showed Alice just like not caring basically about her own life at all. Like, she only cares about him, and it's unique to see someone so dedicated to their lover. But like, she was like, hey, you can kiss me right now. I would love to die that way. And it's like, damn, wow. That's morbid.
No, and then the scene I remember the most is when she sends the letter to him.
Yeah.
To come to her room and stuff. I thought her room would be in the actual castle, the mansion or whatever it is. Castle.
No,
mansion.
it's just there on the side of the house. Yeah, I thought she would have a room. I feel bad. I'm like, give her a room in the mansion. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Why is she living out in the woods?
So she lives in her little shack.
Yeah.
But once he opens that door, it was like, whoa!
Whoa, what's going on here?
It was like, she says like, oh, this is how I'm always in the room. I was like, what? That's amazing.
She likes to be free, man.
That's amazing. But of course, our MC says like, can you change, please?
Please, I'm feeling very uncomfortable here.
Yeah. So she
does. And then you get him, and I think this anime is not like relatable, but it makes you think, like, if you were, he's like 15 to 17 in the anime. If you're that age and you're like attracted to a girl and you like want it, like, he can't touch her at all, and he's like thinking naughty thoughts about it, stuff like that, forgetting that he can't even touch her. He's like thinking, oh, what's she gonna do to me? Is she gonna get on top of me and stuff like that? But like, I just find that the dichotomy of the situation's really weird. Because he can't do anything, but he's like still imagining doing stuff with her.
It was so funny. And then towards the end, it's like she was just doing it for him to actually go to sleep, because he has hard time to sleep. He's hard time to sleep.
Yeah, he's not sleeping very well at night.
Yeah. So
she gets all of his favorite things and puts them around. I'm like, dang. And then she's like, I'm gonna leave the room. And I'm like, dang, no, just sleep on the floor with him, man.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah. But back to the boat scene too. Like, the boat scene, my favorite part of the boat scene was when he's going in for the kiss, and then he pulls back at the last second, and then she like is like pissed off, and she takes the boat and just throws him in.
No, at the same time too, because she was gonna fall in the water. He was gonna get her, but he's like, oh, I can't grab her.
Yeah.
So he stops at catch.
Those little moments like make me feel bad, because he's like, he has to let her hurt herself, basically, like, fall in the water.
I can't do nothing.
Yeah, but then she pulled on the boat really aggressively, and he fell in the water too. And it was a cute moment. And they missed the special 10-year thing I was like, dang, you didn't see the meteor shower.
I don't think she was trying to aim for that. She was so busy with him that she didn't care about the stars. But then she says, you'll just show me in 10 years, right? Was it 10 years, I think?
Yeah, and then he's like, damn, she's really gonna stay by my side that long? It's like, and we're thinking like, yeah, man, of course she is, dude. She's your forever girl, man. It's obvious. But I love how this anime like questions, like, it does a good job of questioning relationships and like what makes a relationship and stuff like that.
Well, I like I like the whole curse thing, It makes
it's super interesting. It's like, it's weird, it's super bizarre dynamic of romance. Like, they can't even touch each other, and that's like a big thing for all romances. Like, the kiss scene is like huge, and they can never have that unless he breaks the curse.
Oh.
So yeah, great episode. Looking forward to the next one. Definitely great anime, super underrated.
Yes, it is.
If you guys aren't watching this, definitely watch it. I know the CGI might be off-putting, but it's really good. It has a lot of good themes.
Like, I don't think like the story is the thing that gets to you the most, not the CGI. You most of the time you're focused with the characters themselves and looking at the surrounding areas, because you really like these two characters. There's no
and even then the CGI is pretty good. Like, I'm not a big CGI guy, and I find it very easy to look at these characters. Like, they're not ugly at all. They're pretty well, they do CGI right. It's never uncanny valley. They're designed in a certain way where it works. So yeah, great anime. Definitely watch it if you're thinking about it, or if you've never even heard of it. It's great. And with that, we're gonna move on to another pretty funny, underrated anime. Uramichi-Oniisan, episode 3. So this anime is getting darker and darker by the minute, man. This is getting sad at this point.
Yeah.
We're getting like long form rambles of just his place in society in the universe, and I'm like, oh, this is getting too real, man. It's too real.
They even bring God into this.
Oh, they bring God into it, man. Yeah, dude, it's so deep for no reason. It's just an anime.
It's funny because at the beginning when he's thinking about life, and then these two old ladies come and knock, and they're like, oh, why are you here? I'm like, oh, do you believe in God? Do you believe in faith and stuff like that? I was like, oh damn, they're hitting him with the questions, man.
We're Jehovah's Witnesses, man. They're hitting him with the hard questions.
And then he's like, nah, I don't believe in him. I was like, oh shoot.
Oh dang, man.
I was like, whoa, man, calm down, bro. They're just old ladies, man.
Yeah, and then he makes them rethink it. They're looking at him like, what a sad man. He's so sad.
And then when he gets to work too, I felt sorry for him.
I feel sorry for him every episode, man. This dude's just so depressed. I like that part where they're talking about God, and then the other guy, the purple hair guy's like, they ask him, and he's like, of course I do. Just such a different dynamic between their two main characters at this point, almost.
And of course, the director leads them to do I guess a little, what do you call it, segment where they're what was it? One's a germ, and then one's the hero.
And, yeah, he's the hero saving the world from the bacteria, and they keep getting their names wrong.
That was funny.
And then the kids are like, they got the names wrong again.
Even the bunny guys too. Oh, that thing was hilarious too, because it's funny because that scene, he goes like full like hero mode, and he literally throws the ball hard at our MC, dude.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, he's like, why would you throw that?
That really hurts.
Like, why, dude? Oh man! And speaking of the balls,
and then he kept getting bonked. He kept bonked by these balls. I was like, damn, poor dude, man.
Yeah. Speaking of the balls, we found out also that our director dude is like, it's like corporate. Like, he doesn't even care. He's like, oh, everyone likes your weird drawings, man. You're gonna have to draw on every single one of these balls and stay till like the whole night here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still funny, still amusing.
What other scene?
There was some with the bunnies and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't really like the bunnies that much. I find them like their humor is like the fact that one bunny's really scared of him is kind of annoying because it's like, why, dude? You work with him, man. You're terrified of your coworker.
He gets abused by him, bro.
I know, but like,
hey man,
toughen up, man.
He got him into that thing, and that's why he got in trouble with it. So,
yeah, he like messes with him, but he's scared of him too.
Yeah, because of course he made our MC draw, like they told the kids to draw the character, the Kiripu, something like that. Pure.
Yeah, the anime characters.
Yeah.
And he had no idea how to draw them, so he's like,
he draws
okay,
it in his
I'll
style.
just draw them like this.
Again with those weirdo monster thingies.
Yeah, that he sees in his dreams every night.
Yes, and the kids are not having it, man.
They're like, ew, creepy.
And our MC's like so down, man. I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah, but then the purple hair guy's like, I'll take it over here from here. You did so well.
Like
you did so well, man.
Yeah, he felt all proud too from him too, because he was like, I like your drawing.
And then he goes and nails like a perfect recreation of the characters.
I was like, yeah, I searched it up before before I started drawing. I was like,
yeah.
You son of a gun.
Dang. But yeah, this anime is really stupid, funny, but also sad. It's depressing, man. I feel bad for I feel bad for all of them. He's 30 and he's like, man, I've wasted my whole life, and I'm like, dude. Yeah. I don't want to think about when I'm 30, man.
You don't want to get there at that point. Oh,
I don't want to get there right now.
And the whole after credit too, man. It was that scene was really deep. I was like, damn, because he was watching TV, of course, you know, after work, you know, he you know, he does his smoking thing, but before he does that, he was watching television, and I guess that he was supposed to draw pretty much what I guess the guy was a psychologist, and he told the people on TV or the viewers to draw. I forgot. Do you remember?
Yeah, he told him to draw a family with a dog. Yeah. And how you drew this family would determine how happy you are. And he literally got all the worst answers.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
He drew them separated. He drew the dog so that people didn't recognize it was a dog. He drew the house small. Like, oh, I felt so bad, man.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
Crazy. Crazy credit scene. Man, it's just, like I said, sad. Sad to see him just suffer. But it's also it's this really it's like a black comedy, because it's funny, but it's just sad too.
Sad to see the characters getting hurt at the same
emotionally
hurt, yeah,
and physically too. He got bopped in the face a bunch of times.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyways, moving right along, our next show is the Aquatope on White Sand, episode 3, and this episode continues on with our seeing our main characters go about life and everything. We see them go back, and Fuka's learning how to be a part of the aquarium better, and learns how to feed the penguins finally.
And Kai joins, right? Kai, that's the guy's
Kai
name.
joins, the guy, the big buff fisherman guy that is like, wow, he's a what? Fuka's like, you're like a man of the sea. He's like, what?
Oh, because she couldn't lift the fish tank.
Yeah, but also because he just looks like Aquaman, dude. Looks like a stud.
To me, he looks like one of those fishermen, you know.
Yeah, he looks like a stud, man. Okinawan stud. And so yeah, we get to see him. He starts working there. We get to see the
kinda
penguins
cool
again.
It's kind of cool what he says too. Like, hey, try to be, get more together with her. You know, be friends more with her because she had a hard life. You know. Cause
we learned that she like
up
lost her parents and stuff, and it's basically like the reason why she's so like obsessed with the aquarium is because it's like her parents used to take her there all the time. She basically grew up there.
Yeah, how nice of that guy.
Yeah, that was really nice of him. He's basically being like, don't, she has some issues, so just be patient with her.
Try to be friends with her, you know.
Yeah, don't, we saw last episode how she, would lash out very quickly and get kind of aggressive with her, despite her being a new employee and stuff like that. And I think everyone's had that scenario where you're getting reamed and you're just kind of like, I'm sorry at work. You're like, I didn't mean to do it. And you just wanted to be over. So but yeah, we learned that she had a really hard life. She lost both of her parents at a young age, and that's why she lives with her grandparents. So if you guys were wondering about that, well, it's finally answered why she lives with her grandparents.
I could have guessed.
I could have guessed too, but some people, like, I didn't want it to be that, so I didn't want it to be that sad. I was like maybe they're just on leave somewhere. Maybe they're in Tokyo or something.
I don't know, man. For me, always in anime, whenever you see grandparents, it's mostly time that the parents are dead.
Yeah, or like absent, like they're gone. Yeah.
But most of the time dead whenever it comes to grandparents.
Yeah, most of the time. Thankfully, we don't see it too often, but this show is definitely one of those times, unfortunately.
And this after the whole, I guess getting used to the place, what's the blue hair chick called?
Cuckoo or something. Kuka or something.
She needs help with the penguin because penguin has I forgot what
it has like an infection disease kind of thing. Think of it as like a open wound sore from walking too much on concrete.
So yeah, our little penguin.
Oh, Bumblefoot.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Yeah. So we learned about that, and she's like, it's kind of. I like the workplace dynamic too, because she's like taking it on her own and being like, I gotta call someone right now. And the other guy, the depressed kind of guy, he's like, no, you don't have to call, it's fine, just bandage them up, like, wait, call your grandpa.
You know who he sounds like? He sounds like the guy from SS Dino Xenon, the quiet dude.
Oh yeah, he kind of does. He's very monotone, kind of sad sounding.
Yeah, so he gave me the same vibe. I'm like, wait, he sounds so familiar to that guy.
Yeah. But anyways, we see him, and he makes a good point. He's like, you should just call your grandpa and have him sort out instead of taking this into your own matters. She's like, no, I'm gonna take it into my own matters. I'm gonna call the vet here who's on maternity leave, and she's huge.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Ready to burst.
To me, I was like, no, you're doing the most dumbest thing, man. Just tell your grandpa.
So bad. She's literally ready to burst at any moment here with her baby, and you're gonna call her in all the way over to look at the penguins for 2 seconds, basically. And yeah, disaster strikes. Her water breaks midway through her journey there, and they gotta, it's panic mode now. They gotta get her to a place that can service her while she gives birth. And
the team,
while she's
it's kind of like your actual whenever pregnancy happens, people are not panicking, but they're on the rush at this point. So
yeah, she closes the whole aquarium basically, and like blocks off a section to keep her privated away from everybody, and lays her down, and is basically like, you just relax.
In my head,
until we can get help.
In my head, I'm like, oh, that's what you get, girl. You should have.
Yeah. I'm mad at her at this point, because I'm like, dude, you brought her all the way out here. Like, come on, are you serious?
You brought her out here. You closed the aquarium, closed it parts. So that's that's not good. Certain things were happening. I'm like, oh, you should just call your grandpa.
Yeah, like, you should just called your grandpa. He wouldn't know what to do. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah. And
I get what she tried to do. She was doing it for the penguin. His parents pretty much named the penguin and that penguin.
Yeah, she's very attached to that penguin. Also, she's trying to assert, because she said, "I'm the director. I'll do what I want." She's trying to like assert her not dominance, but her
she was acting like a
her
child.
being the director and take it into her own hands.
I know, but to me, she was acting like a child at that point.
She was. I totally agree, 100%. And you know, the grandpa even calls her out on it and says, "You were dumb for doing that. You should have just called me.
Yeah,
Why'd you do that?"
She got scolded.
She's like, "I'm sorry." So hopefully she learned her lesson like that. Instead of trying to take on everything, she should just, you know, call the person who knows everything.
Yeah, if anything, Fuka was the one that did her best.
Yeah, she went with her all the way to the hospital and everything. She was hallucinating, having the dream sequence like Fuka had when she first arrived there. She, during her hallucination, she was dreaming about her actual baby coming to her and hugging her, and it was a really nice scene. We find out later at the hospital after delivering the baby that she heard her baby say, "I'm gonna come meet you soon." So that was really cute.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a really nice sequence. I'm glad everything worked out, because it could have been a lot worse because of our blue hair girl's dumb decision to call her all the way in when she didn't need to be there. And I'm glad that her gramps reamed her over for that one, because she deserved it, definitely. I feel like she has a lot of flaws, like Kai was saying earlier, like we were talking about. Like, she's got some issues. Even during school, like, she doesn't try in school at all, and the teacher's like, "Hey, you should probably try," and she's like, I could just quit school, like, it doesn't matter. And it's like, that's a bad mentality.
Yeah, she should have more options, you know.
Yeah, she should have more respect for her, like, herself, you know, instead of just being like, "Oh, the aquarium is everything in my life," right? Like, you have to do other things too in your life. And I think that's what other people are trying to get her to do. Like Kai, I think, even said that she's like a total aquarium freak. That's the actual term he used for her, because that's all she talks about ever. Like, it's understandable, because like we talked about, she lost her parents, and that was like their favorite memories of her parents were going to the aquarium. You know, we had the flashback of her with the penguin naming her and everything.
Yeah.
So, but it's just this, you know, this anime is really good, and it has a lot of good themes on life and everything, and this episode was pretty good. Not as strong as the first two, I don't think, but it was still pretty good. It talked a lot about life and how, like, all life matters, and not just, you know, like a human life is not, you know, as, like, all life is as important as the other, because it's just giving birth, right?
I kind of thought it was like the most cliche kind of way to.
It was cliche, but I don't mind cliche when it's done well, and I think it was done well.
But yeah, all right. Next.
So we'll move on to the next anime. Our next anime is Remake Our Life, episode number 4. And you really like this episode. We have differing opinions on this episode, because I didn't think it was really good, but David, you really liked it. So what'd you like about this episode?
You started off, because I want to hear your opinion. Let's see if I can.
All right, I'll start off. Okay, I'll start off. Yeah. So I feel like with this anime and this episode specifically, I'm getting a lot of main character-itis with our MC, and it's kind of annoying me how everything is literally going perfect for him, and how he's having no hardships and everyone loves him, and he's just like the perfect guy to do everything. And like that's what I'm just getting the vibe from, and I hope it just, like, it becomes more realistic instead of everyone just loving him for no reason. But that's the big thing I had with this episode, like how he was the one who was like, he's always the one who, you know, brings them to their senses and is like, "I want to try for you." And it's getting old, man. I'm tired of it. I want these people to act normal instead of being like fawning all over our MC. So that's my opinion.
Okay. I get you. I get what you meant too. I see it, but the I guess how I see it is the whole the love triangle you know, because he's trying to appeal to all three of the girls, and you see it within this episode. But I like the fact when not specifically with the MC, but you get to see the characters when they clash with each other, you know. I like the whole
that is nice to see.
that was my favorite scene of all, because you know she was hiding it all along, but our red hair girl, she's like, no man, you gotta be focused on it. If you don't do it, you're never gonna ever be happy, you know, in life. I was like, damn.
Yeah, she was really harsh, but it was, you know, it got through.
And like even like, you guys are not gonna, you know, you guys probably don't want me in your group anymore, but you know, I just wanted to tell you how it is. And I have that similar mentality where you gotta sometimes tell the truth. I know sometimes it hurts, but at least you know the truth, you know. I don't want to hide anything. So that's what's good about it. And in the same time, you get to see like, oh, she also the red hair girl, she's also like, I'm kind of jealous of, she has you know, she has something compared to what I have, you know. I don't have.
Yeah, she just has grit and hard work, basically. Yeah. She's got no like talents.
Yeah. So that's what was cool about this episode. And our yellow hair girl, I'm sorry that I don't know. I think
it's Nanako.
Yeah, I'm not good with names, but I really enjoyed her too. The whole conflict between her and herself, you know. Mm-hmm. Like the whole like, oh, she was just doing acting just because she was doing it, I guess, just to get good, I guess.
One thing I wanted him to I really wanted our main character to say during that time, but he never did, which I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to say it, was I wanted him to kind of like tell her about like kind of his past a little bit, and how he did the same thing. He just went into something safe and not something that he wanted to do, and he ended up miserable.
Well, I don't think they'll be able to let him do that, since, you know.
I know, but like I wanted him like to bring it up, being like, I made a mistake like that.
Oh, well, they kind of
some time ago.
They kind of did, but not to her, but he did it to himself, where he's like, he went through all of that, you know, like,
yeah.
Should I like the whole club? Well, the thing that I found weird was the senpai, the whole thing.
Oh yeah, the
lolly girl. Yeah,
I was like confused at her presence.
That was, you are not a college student ever, but of course, you
literally
know,
like 4 for 2.
Yeah, but you know, lollies, you know, they gotta add him eventually, right?
Gotta have him there, and she's like a game developer, and she was like giving him, be like, hey, you want to work on a game with me? And he's like, this is what I did in my old life, I could just do this again. But he's like, no,
nah,
I'm remaking my life,
my new life. I don't want to redo this again, where I had to, you know, end up. But at the same time, I feel like he might end up going back to it just for our yellow hair girl.
Yeah, because, or getting her like the position instead, and being like, hey, you can be like a voice actor here. You can be like a singer.
Yeah, because he's I like that he brings in his good thing he keeps his memories, right?
Yeah, exactly. For good thing he keeps
audio,
his knowledge.
Yeah, for the audio technical things. So that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that was pretty much the whole episode. So
yeah, it wasn't a lot. It was very like emotional.
Like
I watch it, it's like
I was not in. Like you, I feel like you were more into the main characters ish, like how he is. Like, but I was more I was more into the girls and the guy himself, because you were seeing how they think, how their thoughts, you know, how they live their life in a way. The MC is just the MC. Well, right now he's Mr. Perfect, since, you know, he already knows the future in a way.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So that's why they kind of agree with him, because he already knows what their goals were, or their goals are gonna happen.
Yeah, like he knows about the blue-haired girl and how she's gonna be a famous artist. He knows about the writer guy and how he's gonna be a famous writer. He knows about our red-haired girl and how she's gonna be a famous like game manager of a big company and stuff like that.
So that, I guess that's where they get the whole like, oh, I like the character, well, the MC, because of that reason. That's the why.
Yeah, because the MC basically says, "Don't give up. You're gonna be successful. I promise you."
Yeah. So that's where I got that from. At least from, I guess I see that from your perspective.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I find it like a little bit too much at times. Like, I don't want this to turn to a weird harem where every girl likes him. You know.
Oh, well, it'll lead that way. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was pretty much it for the episode. There wasn't, you know, it was a lot of drama this episode, but it wasn't like super in depth.
Hopefully it doesn't push it too far, like regular harem shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it's not like really dumb.
Yeah.
And like it ends up, hopefully it's just realistic. That's all I want, because right now they're doing a pretty decent job at like the actual being a film student portion of the show, and I'm like, I just want it to keep being realistic and keep being like, hey, you know, this is the production that goes into it and stuff like that. So yeah, high hopes still.
It was crazy too for that scene too. The whole acting scene too, where the professor chooses theirs over the better acting film too.
The better acting play, just strictly because of everything else was better than the acting.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
So she was literally like, everything else was better, but your acting sucked, but everything else was better than theirs, so that's why I gave you the points. And she's like, and I'm like, damn, that's really harsh, that's really mean.
But it's real, man.
Yeah, it's real.
I was like, damn.
She even said like that girl's acting was way more serious than yours. Like yours, you didn't feel like you were passionate about it.
Hey man, that's what happens.
What happens sometimes, man. She's meant to be a singer, not an actress.
Yep. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. And with that, we'll move on to our next episode, Sonny Boy, episode 2. Now, I want to say first of all that I love Sonny Boy. I think it's become my favorite of the season so far, especially this episode. This episode had so many like themes and like so many, you know, like we got so much symbolism with like various shots and of like the characters and how they react and stuff like that. Like the whole thing with they kept showing her like wedding ring on her hand, and I was like, why are they showing that? Like is she engaged to someone? And then they showed it on the teacher, and I'm like, oh no.
I don't maybe it might be his ring, maybe.
I think she was with the teacher, like like they were together, because I remember like the evil little star kid with the star in his eye, that little kid,
like him, man.
little bastard. He was like threatening her, being like, do you want our teacher? We know of your relationship with the teacher, right? You want to stop talking trash about us in the for the school thing. Yeah. And because they rigged the election.
Yeah.
And
pretty
so
much.
it's like, you want to stop talking about us on 4chan and just admit to it and say you're sorry, or else I'm gonna expose you.
Yeah, we're gonna say what you. Oh look, you know that's the teacher's Wi-Fi. No one could get into the Wi-Fi other than that teacher. So you know, we'll probably say the teacher was also part of it too.
Yeah, and then she's like, no, please don't blame him, because she likes him clearly. Yeah. They have some sort of relationship together. Yeah. That's never really explained. It's never explained specifically if they're like engaged or whatever, or if it's just like a fake one. You just see the rings, you know they're together.
There's a lot of stuff that's not explained.
Yeah, but it makes it so interesting too. Like we see how
like
this whole episode. Go.
To me in general, the show. Well, from these 2 episodes that we've seen, I don't hate the show. I don't love the show. I'm just curious. I'm just a curious person.
Yeah.
You could get lost at points, but at points it comes back. But you're like, whoa, what did I just see?
Yeah, I agree too, because like Although I do love this show because of that, because I love psychological shows. I love to making my brain think. So, but this show is really good at showing us something with like no information, then coming back to it later and being like, this is the reason for that.
Yeah, because
and
I'm curious on the whole fire thing. Like, who is like, what is doing the fires?
yeah, it's just they determined, they were trying to figure it out, and it ended up with again Lord of the Flies witch hunt for her, because they thought that because of all of her items that it was only catching on fire. So they were bullying her. They were like literally casting her out and like being like really awful with her and everything. And then you had the brown guy whose name was Rajhani. So yeah.
I'm gonna say what Omar said. It's Ravi.
It's Ravi.
It's Ravi.
Oh my god.
That's what Omar said.
Yeah. Thanks, Omar.
Thanks, Omar.
Name dropping him. He's not even in this podcast.
I
Thanks,
know,
Omar.
right? But yeah.
So
no, he's a cool dude. I like that guy.
He's awesome. I love that guy. He was the only other
he's a smart guy
other than our main guy who said that he thought it was her, but then it got out of control and everyone just started blaming her. So he was the only one, along with our main character, who actually like used their brain and tried to figure out the science behind.
I like this guy because he's literally the only, like the biggest one that wants to find out how to get out of here.
Yeah, like the rules of the world and stuff like that.
If anything, he should be the leader.
Yeah, but they're not going to, because they're too busy creating like a little tribe.
Yeah,
and being like and playing pretend almost.
Let this guy be the leader. I feel like he would. He knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah, from what I can tell, we basically have two factions at this point. We have the people who believe that this world's never going to end and want to take control of it, aka the guy with the star, the cap. The big guy, and then the president lady, and their cronies who want to like take control of the opportunity to be like the leaders of this weird world. And then you have the other side, which consists of
just 3 or 4.
No, 4 now, because Mizuho was part of them too. Because she gave our main character the gift at the end, so showing that she likes him for helping her find her cat.
I know. I was like, that's that whole scene too. The whole bird thing. Like, he didn't save that bird because he was selfish, but he was technically not selfish because it was crazy too. That whole conversation between the first bird and the second bird. They try to save, but technically didn't save.
That's a great moment there, because it shows like. I love the main girl character because she's basically like the rock foundation of all these like kind of broken characters. Like, she's the one that's like, keep your morals in this world, right? Like, we're gonna get out of here, because she knows. I love that her power is compass, because she knows that they're gonna get out of it. She's kind of like the star guiding the people who listen to her, but no one listens to her.
So technically she knows the way out, but
she knows the way. She can literally see the way out. And she knows that this world's fake and she's not falling into any of their traps. Like in last episode with the phone thing, she's like, I don't want to be a part of this. I know the way out. Like, come on, you guys are being stupid here. This is like a dumb rule thing.
And then their injuries are not fatal, right?
Yeah.
So when they get cut or that, it would like repair itself like right away. I think it wouldn't take that long.
In the school.
Yeah.
The school has different properties from the island they're on.
Yeah.
So like if they break something in the school, it will repair itself within a day or two. But on the island, it never repairs itself. So it's weird because we have like 2 different universes too, and the people kind of go between the 2 of them. They go to the school sometimes, they go to the island sometimes.
I was like, why are you guys in the island? You guys should have stayed in the school. I would have stayed in the school.
It's half submerged, so like there's not a lot of room there, I don't think, for everybody.
Fine. No, me personally, I would have been on the school.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in the island.
I mean, Mizuho, the girl that's bullied this episode, she's like, hell yeah, I'm just gonna order a castle on the island, dude, and just live here.
I was amazed.
Because her power is basically her 3 cats, just get her wherever she wants. It's called Nyamazon.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Wait, have we gotten like most of these characters' abilities? I think
we got them.
have,
We've got
right?
the main ones, other than the star guy. The star guy, we don't know his power yet. Other than so we got most of them though. Like this show it's very theme heavy. Like the theme of this episode was like obviously like about bullying and about unjust punishment and witch hunting too. This one was about.
This was pretty much kind of revenge in a way.
Yeah.
So there was revenge, and then the other theme was the death of the bird.
That was the other thing. It was about saving lives, and you have the power to save a life, so choose to do so, because he saves the cat afterwards.
Yeah.
And that really affects her, you know. He gains like a friend from that almost.
And he realizes it towards the end, you know. Of course, when he receives the hat, I was like, oh, why are you giving me the hat? Oh, because this is somewhat to get even with you. Yeah. You know,
and then he takes it and he's like, why isn't it burning up? She's like, because I'm giving it to you.
So I was like,
that was a cute scene. I like that. I just think this anime is really, it makes you think. It's got a lot going on in it. It's only episode 2. I'm really curious. It's super interesting, super weird. I could definitely see people being put off by this, but like I'm really enjoying it personally. And there's not much else to say about this episode. There's
it's hard to predict where this show's even going to at this point.
Yeah, it's hard to sometimes even talk about it because the show has just so much going on in it all at once. Like every frame, every like piece of dialogue is super important.
Oh yeah, and
to listen to.
Of course, they invented this kind of buying stuff from the island in order to get these items, because of course these items
they invented a cryptocurrency basically.
And this is from the smart guy.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, you guys got all this supplies out of the school and even the vending machine too.
Well, I think also 90% of these supplies too are coming from Mizuho, because she, like I said, she can just order anything she wants online.
Oh yeah, from the what was it, Amazon's
Amazon, because her cats can get her anything.
My bad. Yeah,
that's her power. So she literally opened a shop at the end there. It has like employees running it and everything.
That's funny.
But yeah, this show's good. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to see where it goes. Hopefully it keeps up the quality, because the animation is unreal. We were talking about last podcast about how it reminds us of Japan Sinks and other shows like that. But yeah, it's very vibrant, it's very colorful, and it's just unique. It's something you probably haven't seen in a while.
It's not your generic animes.
No, definitely not.
It has its own style.
For that reason alone, I'd recommend you guys watch it.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll move on to our shows that our second sequel, which is Villainous. Villainous, All Routes Lead to Doom X, episode 4. Now, this one was...
Oh, this one we get Rufus's, right, Rufus? That's his name?
Yeah, Rufus, or Sora, you can call him.
Oh yeah,
because that's his real name.
That's his real name, yeah.
So his backstory, you get that, and you get some weird scenes with him, because he's like, Katarina's so weird. No. She's so like kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But then he like falls in love with her.
It was funny.
And he's like trying to kiss her.
No, so that scene, really, I like when enemies actually get a story, because I don't like when we have villains and they don't have any story. They're just bad for bad, you know?
Oh yeah, I hate that so much, man. I'm glad he got a backstory to show like he's actually not a bad guy at all. He's actually a good guy. He just had a hard life.
Yeah, so and it sucked for his master, you know? He ended up perishing, of course, because
yeah, but it's weird because he kept saying that all of his everything he does is for his masters, and his master told him to do this. So someone's telling them what to do. Maybe his master's still alive.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, maybe. Because someone's telling them to you know, kidnap Katarina and stuff like that.
Well, he does work for the black magic.
Yeah, that he does have dark magic. Yeah,
dark magic. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, but it was funny because like before his story and everything, Katarina was just like listening to him and saying all the things that his master said before, who raised him, basically taught him how to read, write, stuff like that. And he was like, baby, get over here. And he just got really aggressive with her. It was like gonna kiss her.
I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, calm down, buddy.
And I'm like, Katarina, no.
Katarina's kind of, you know, kind of dumb.
She's extremely dumb. Oh my gosh. He was literally on top of her, gave her a hickey, and she's like, did he try to put me to sleep with his dark magic? And I'm like, bruh. Oh,
and then towards the end, oh my god, it caught me off guard, man. I was like, whoa, my dude, you finally did it.
I know, that's the first kiss of the entire thing.
He finally did it.
Giordo's like, like, I'm done with this. I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna do it. He just went all in, planted his lips right on hers. And
for a whole season. Wow. Finally, he got the smooch, man. I was like, it caught me off guard. I was like, whoa.
Everyone screamed. And we're like, huh? What the fuck?
Yeah, we weren't expecting this, man. I wasn't expecting this. I was like, damn, he was how do you say it? He was a tsundere. No, yes, he was a tsundere because he was like, oh, he kissed you, man. Nope, he kissed you in the cheek. Not on the cheek, on the neck.
He knew that he gave her a hickey, and she was like, oh, a bug must have bit me while he was on top of me, and he was like, you know what? I'm tired of this nonsense.
Like, hell no,
stupid. I'm gonna take what's rightfully mine.
Yeah.
And then he went all in, dude.
Went all in front of everyone else.
In front of everyone else, everyone's screaming and crying because they're like, it could have been me.
Yep. So
how dare he?
It got me off guard, so that was crazy.
I was actually thinking this episode. Funny thing, I was thinking this episode. I was like, man, if I don't get a kiss scene soon, man, this anime trash. And then I got a kiss scene. I was like, okay, good. I'm glad.
I was just amazed. I was like, whoa, I didn't picture this happening. So like right in the beginning.
Right now at that section, like so quickly, I thought it was gonna be a big thing, you know?
Yeah, we'll have like an argument between all three of the brothers, and of course the brother of Katarina.
But my man Giordo was just like, dude, nah, it's mine, my girl.
I've had enough to hear with all of you.
Had up to here with all you trying to steal my girl. She's engaged to me. And then he goes and plants a big fat wet one on her.
All right. And that was pretty much it for that episode.
That was, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And the guy gets arrested, but he also said, you know, I'm keeping your promise. I thought that scene was weird. I was like, wait, you're agreeing with the bad guy over here?
Yeah, like we said, Katarina's a little. She's called Baccarina for a reason. She's pretty dumb when it comes to common sense in various circumstances. She like immediately, it's so weird. It's really surreal watching her because she's in like a really dangerous position. He literally says like, "I wanted to eliminate you," and she's like, "Give me sweets, give me food."
I guess,
and he's like, "What? You're not scared?" She's like, "No, give me food. Stay with me. I want to talk to you." Like, what is going on here?
I guess her mindset is still like, you know, her being in the real world. That's how I'm picturing it. Like, she's probably still thinking her same mindset, like how she plays the game and stuff. That's the only way I look at it.
Yeah, like that's the only way I can look at it, because like otherwise I just think like she's really dumb. Like she doesn't get any clues. Like dude's literally on top of you and kisses you on the neck and you're like, a bug got me. Like at that point I'm like, you are just like 5th grade level. Like, are you okay? Right. You were in high school when you got reincarnated. Are you okay? You should know what a hickey is. You've read romance novels.
Maybe that's why she was playing the game, all right?
Yeah, she was like, I don't know what romance is, man.
All right. Next.
All right, well, yeah, that was a interesting episode. We got some romantic development. Nice. A big old fat wet ones kissed.
Yes.
Love it. So we'll move right on to My Hero Academia, episode 17. Almost done with this show here.
I really like Endeavor. He's really changing from how he was seasons ago. He's finally like, I'm actually enjoying Endeavor a lot.
Yeah, me too. You know, I always make fun of My Hero for like being stagnant basically with Deku and stuff like that, and him not really having a different character and stuff. But I have to give credit where credit's due. Todoroki and subsequently his family have gotten the most amount of development out of anyone in the cast. And they're basically the only reason why I'm even watching it now is for Endeavor's story, because his story of like wanting to be a better father is so like,
yeah, because
it's
even from the start, you like at first you were like, I hate this dude. He keeps being a snarky dude. Like, oh, he wants to be number one. Try to beat All Might, you know. But now
and then he's like rude with his kid, and then you see all the flashbacks of like him abusing his child basically, and it's just like, man, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, but now you start realizing it more and more that he was doing it just to be number one, and now he realizes, like, you know what, I don't want to be at, well, he wants to be number one, but in a right way now, you know.
Yeah, like he wants to actually be a good hero, and not just try to beat All Might.
Yeah, so that's what I liked about Endeavor now, that he's trying to redeem himself from being what he was before, you know, a really shitty dad, a horrible father. And you know, we're actually seeing development with the family as well. Like we saw that scene with Todoroki and the sister, that whole conversation. Oh, it was I was feeling
so
it.
Awkward.
No, it was funny when Deku and Bakugo, they try to be nice, you know. They're like,
not Bakugo, dude. He's like, you guys bringing your family life into this. I hate you guys.
No, the way he acts is like, so, you know, Bakugo being Bakugo, but he's like, he doesn't want to see them argue amongst each other. I see his way. I saw his way right there, you know, trying to like, hey, you guys should just in my mind, just make up. Let me get these plates out of here so you guys could stop this conversation, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's
basically why he's like, well, you invite people over here just to have a fight with amongst yourself, like, really.
and then Deku comes in too to give his input as well. Like that was actually good.
Todoroki being like, hey, you should just make up with your dad. Like, I can tell you want to.
Yeah, because you could see it with like, if can't say his name.
Todoroki.
Yeah, but if he really hated his dad, he wouldn't been there. He wouldn't have came to the whole
exactly
thing.
Yeah.
So you get to see the reason why he's still there, you know.
Yeah.
And he even brought his friends over too, because of, you know, the whole family getting along. Especially with the sister. I like the sister a lot.
The sister's really just trying to like be mature about it. The brother's kind of like lost in his own world a little bit. He's kind of like really aggressive about it, and he doesn't really have any hope.
Yeah, he's the one that he needs to see that his father his changing. I know he had a rough time with him back in the days, but you know, people change, you know.
Yeah, and another good thing to see is that their mom is actually becoming very like way more, instead of in a depressed state, you know, and she might be released.
Yeah, because I think she's getting letters that things are changing, I think, right?
Yeah,
if I remember.
Yeah, and she's sending letters, and you know, her mental state's getting better. She's not being as depressed.
Yeah, so she doesn't want anything to do with back in the past. She just wants the family to be together again, you know.
Yeah, she wants to see her kids more often, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, a great episode. I love seeing character development in any show, especially My Hero Academia, because we're so deprived of it all the time. So
to me, this thing that popped in my head. I don't know any spoilers or anything for the show itself. Like I'm the only anime watcher, so when Endeavor was talking to I guess I didn't even remember that they had a dead child or a kid was
Yeah,
dead.
I didn't know that
Son?
either. I think this is the first time we see it, but like yeah, they had a kid who passed away apparently.
But it looks like it looks like I was thinking a while ago what's his name the villain what's his Dobby yeah Dobby might be
yeah.
Dobby might be the because that kid looks like Dobby.
Ooh, I think you're on the right track. I don't know, but I've heard some stuff. I think you're on the right track.
Yeah, because
Don't spoil it, guys, but you know, I think personally, I think we're on the right track with that one because yeah, you're right. He looks almost identical to him, and they both have fire powers.
yes, because I feel like he probably like my thoughts were like, oh, he probably dyed his hair and ended up what was it called? Ended up changing his fire ability from hatred.
Yeah.
Who knows what happened?
Also, he's like mutilated too, kind of.
Yeah.
Dobby's like he's all messed up looking, so it looks like he was in an accident or something.
But you could tell from his eyes, Dobby's eyes too, that he has the similar eyes as Todoroki, and maybe that's why we get so much story with Todoroki, because
Yeah.
probably
That would be really awesome, actually, to see that's you know, honestly, if you're watching My Hero Academia, watch it for Todoroki's family, dude. It's the best part of the show.
they had similar names too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really enjoying this. Is it second half? No, it can't be.
Yeah, this second arc is really good, actually. Like it's single-handedly bringing up the show because that first arc was trash, so bad, dookie, poo-poo. But now it's like it actually has an engaging story now, and I'm actually invested kind of in the characters, like Endeavor and you know the Todoroki family and stuff like that.
And also the hero aspect too. When they were out there again too, like they're trying to catch up to Endeavor, and they try, and I like that Endeavor doesn't like, oh, you guys, you know, you guys suck. You guys are like he just keeps an eye on them just to see like if they could catch up to him, and that's what's cool about it. So
yeah, he's a pretty decent teacher for such a a guy that was so ruthless to his own child.
Because I like that they're at the same time they're having the conversation like, oh look, we're not catching up to him. We're not getting good, you know, like we should be catching up, and you know, stuff like that.
I like that scene too when they were talking to Burnin, the kind of the right hand man of Endeavor, the lady.
Yeah.
And she was like talking to them. She was kind of like making fun of them a little bit, ripping a new one. Then she looked at all their scars and all their marks on their hand and them discussing, and they're like, oh, they're actually like working really hard.
Yeah.
Like they're not just dilly-dallying around.
And
like he's working them to the bone.
And that too, that I realized that Endeavor's been working 24 hours pretty much.
He literally sleeps there.
Yeah.
And he's like, call me if you need me. Like, it's crazy.
I know. He was gonna take a rest, and he didn't take a rest at all.
Yeah.
Because of course,
it makes me really have respect for Endeavor more so this whole this episode specifically.
It's his spotlight, if anything, for this season.
Yeah, really, and I'm really glad too, because if the rest of this season was like the first half, I'd be like, nah, dude, it's like a 2 out of 10. But now it's like it's bumped up. It's like a 5 or 6 now.
Yeah, because that's what I like about this arc. We're not too focused on the big group. It's more like just these 3, 4, 5 people, you know.
Yeah, it's perfect, really, because it's more character driven, and that's what I like about it.
Instead of focusing.
Solid episode.
And we could have those, one-off episodes once in a while, but
as long as the overarching story's still strong.
Yeah, just bring it back, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, good episode. I'm glad that My Hero's going in this direction because
can't wait for next episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for next episode actually. So yeah, we'll move on to our third to last anime, Tokyo Revengers episode 16.
Back to the past in a way.
Yeah, this was a complete flashback episode. We didn't see Takemichi once this whole episode.
Nope.
Which was crazy. Actually we did at the very beginning, sorry.
Oh, of course.
He was the one who sparked the whole flashback in the first place. But yeah, so we learned basically about
this whole story, man. Well, we learned about the whole squad, but when it came to the story about the two, man.
Dude, okay, so we learned that Baji is actually like the more reasonable one. Like from what we saw the past few episodes, you would think like, oh, he's crazy, he just beats up people, he's just ruthless, and you know, he's dumb, right? But we learned that Kazutoro, the guy with the
long hair?
The long hair with the blonde in it too, and the tattoo, he's unhinged. Like he's actually unhinged. And you know, we seen the whole well,
they weren't
flashback.
None of them were like mean. They weren't too hard on him at that time, I guess, because they're young. They were cool and stuff. They weren't like tough as how they were right now. But of course, the long hair dude, it surprised me. I was like, what? This is not you.
Yeah, but I was referring to like the ending scene when he's like,
well,
okay,
when it got there.
Yeah, let's first talk about the flashback in general. So the flashback's basically, Mikey has a moped back in the day, and his moped's really baby, dumb, stupid, and everyone rips him on it. But he really loves that thing, and then they encounter some big boy gang, and the gang's like, oh, I'll beat up, I'll destroy your moped, whatever, like that. And then Mikey's like threatens them, and he's really scary. So they leave him alone, and then more shenanigans happen. Mikey runs out of gas because his moped's crap.
I like that one moment where he's like, yeah, if you touch my moped, you dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. And they're like, oh, okay.
The guy's like,
bye,
I'm gonna leave. If I catch you out there again, you know, I'll take you out.
Yeah, and then so his moped runs out of gas, and then they all go to the beach because they're like, why not? They're oogling the girls, man.
It was just
little
two.
Kids oogling all the girls.
It was two only. The other two went into the pool and into the ocean, and then
it went crazy.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
They were like,
let's
race,
the girls,
dude.
bro.
And then the other two were like, hey man, look at all these cute girls around. They're like, yeah, dude, my eyes, man. I love the view.
And then like, hey, where's Mikey?
Where's Mikey? And then we see Baji drew the short end of the stick there with having to get the gas for the moped.
How nice, man. That's how much they respect Mikey.
I know, like they love Mikey.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like we see
the bad boys again.
We see the bad boys again. This time they ain't messing around because Mikey's not there. They ain't messing around. They're like, you know what, we're gonna beat him up. So they beat up Baji, and he's like protecting the bike violently, which, you know, as we said, this is how much they respect Mikey. He literally sacrificed his body so they wouldn't hurt that moped.
He got hit in the back with the baseball, man.
I know, it's crazy.
Jeez.
And then Mikey shows up and destroys his own mopeds. Like, why'd you destroy my effing moped? And they're like, wait, you did? And they're like, no, you did. And then Mikey just kicks him in the face with his crazy kick again.
I thought he kicked it over, but then he said, no, you hurt someone important to me. That he was referring to
Baji.
Yeah. And that's when he's like, hey, are you okay, man? I was like, can you stand? I'm like, oh damn. That got me. I was like, damn, this guy. He loves.
And then Mikey goes up to the guy, and he's like talking trash, and then Mikey just clean knocks him out.
Yeah.
I don't know how this little kid got so strong. My man's doing leg days every day at the gym. Dude, he just stinking booted him right in the face, knocked him out.
And then they got to the fight, and of course we don't get to see the whole fight, but you know for sure at the end
they won.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the end of that part.
That was the end of the first part, and then so Kazutora is, like I said, a bit unhinged. Him and Baji in the second half of the.
That's towards the end. But I meant like what they were thinking pretty much is that, hey, Mikey, Mikey's birthday's coming up. You know?
Yeah.
We need to get him something. I was like, oh yeah, I got something. All right.
Yeah, let's get him this awesome bike,
let's
man.
get him this awesome bike. I'm like, oh yeah, nice. How are we gonna get this bike? And
this is the part where I mentioned Kazutora being unhinged too, because his first reaction was, let's just steal it, dude. Like, no problem, dude. Like, that's easy. And Baji's like, yo, we can't steal that, man. Are you kidding me? And he's like, no, let's steal it. And so he gets.
But then we'll get caught. We'll get caught, you know, or what if the police gets us or something like that, right?
Yeah, like they're really worried about Baji's really worried about him. Kazutora's like, no, we'll just do it. It's easy. And I'm like, it's never that easy, man. I was just waiting for something bad to happen, and boy, did it go wrong. So they get in, they break in, they get the bike. He's waiting to open the shutters to drive off with it. And this guy comes out, and he's a mean-looking dude, and he accuses them. He's got a wrench. He's gonna beat them up, but then he recognizes them, and Baji recognizes him.
Baji recognizes him while the other guy is in the back.
The other guy's in the back, and he clean murders him with the thing in the head, with the bolt cutters.
And then I was surprised. I was like, when he said I was Mikey's brother, I was like, whoa, oh no.
I'm like, this is awful.
Oh no.
And then, like I said, when we really get to see Kazutora's unhingedness, because he just sits there repeating the same thing over and over again, and eventually comes to the conclusion that somehow Mikey's fault.
Yeah,
for his brother being there.
Yeah, because pretty much is that they didn't know it was the brother's shop, and they were stealing the motorcycle for Mikey because it was Mikey's birthday, and they wanted him to be happy because this is the bike he liked. But at the same time, they didn't know it was the brother's shop that they killed the brother in. So that destroyed both of them. Both of them were destroyed.
But Baiji was more like, he was more not like, he's more rational about it, like call an ambulance, and Kazutora was just sitting there like,
because he broke, because he was at that point like he was trying to do a good thing for his bro, but his you know, this was his brother that he killed, so he ended up doing a good thing, well technically good thing for a delinquent, but at the same time it was not good. But mentally he was breaking back and forth like, is this good, this is not good, this is good. And then to a point where he finally shut down, to a point where he's like, you know what, it's Mikey's fault.
It's Mikey's fault for having his birthday.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know, it's so stupid to believe that these people who are part of these gangs, like, they would let that dictate their like whole thing. Like, oh, I messed up really bad, I killed his brother, so I hate Mikey now. Like, what?
The one that I'm kind of upset, the reason why, is the long hair dude. Yeah, because he was still in the right mindset, but he's like how does he still hate Mikey?
I think it's just he feels guilt, you know.
So the guilt of hating Mikey at the end now.
I don't think it's hatred even. I think it's just he feels guilt. He doesn't want to be associated with Mikey anymore because he, you know, what he did.
So
right?
So he goes again.
He'd rather just be with the guy who he did it with, so they have something, you know, to go off of. It's like trauma, you know.
Okay.
That's what I think, because I think Baji's gonna be joined back. I think Tsukimichi's gonna convince him, but I think Kazutora's gonna be one of the main antagonists now. So there was a lot of information going on in this episode.
It was crazy.
Pretty crazy episode.
I enjoyed it. For a flashback, this is kind of the flashbacks I like to watch, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like flashbacks that are very important to the story, that tell like the reason why characters act this way.
Yes.
So I think it was a great episode. I'm looking forward, of course, every week. The show, it's fun. It's not the greatest show on earth, but it's fun.
It was really interesting.
It's exciting. So with that, we'll continue on to To Your Eternity, episode 14.
Oh man.
All right, David, you take the wheel on this one. This is your show, man.
So, Fuji, you know, he's struggling on trying to get Parana,
Puren.
Puren, yeah, and he's wondering how to get inside. Like he doesn't want to believe in people at this point. Like people have been this is the reason why he's getting into these mix-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
And Fuji's just having a hard time just trying to climb the damn building. He doesn't, and he doesn't want to murder anyone either. He's
like, I don't want to be a part of this, and he doesn't want to expose himself either because he knows he can win the thing, obviously, because he can't die. But he's like, I don't want anyone to see my power, to know I'm immortal and then like abuse me or whatever.
And of course, during that, going back to that battle, that tournament he's in, he was not 100% sure on what he was doing. He was like, oh, I'm just in here.
Yeah, he was like, he was just in there, and then everyone was killed, and then there was one guy left, and he was like, oh, and then he was like, what do I do, just fall over and play dead? Yeah. And he was just like having a crisis there, and then eventually the guy was just like going insane and just fell over. Yeah. And Fushi won and is now a god and the king of this place, and he's like, I don't want to be the king of this place, where's Puren? And that's where we find out like that Puren, remember when she was in shackles at the beginning? Well, yeah, because she murdered 10 people, man.
This blew my mind, dude. I was like, whoa. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, she was in shackles when they first met, and she was like, you're letting a criminal loose.
But at the same time, this place is horrible. This is really a horrible place. Like the living conditions, all of that.
She killed the Yanome people.
No, I know, but I meant as in like once she got into this prison too. Like this prison is not even good either.
Yeah, this prison is horrible. It's literally like, and it was so weird. Like the kids were showing like the prison culture and stuff like that, and how they just like hung people for fun almost.
Yeah. And
it was just like, it was such a weird like look into it. And Fushi was like, why do you do that? And they're like, oh, because they're bad people. It's like, how these kids, and the kids are all like, we want to escape sometime, but right now we're okay with it. And he's like, what are you talking about? Just go right now. Go and get on one of the boats.
I'm like, damn, this like is kind of the way they think is kind of like, damn, man.
I hate the kids in this one because they're so I hate them. But, like, especially that girl.
But the thing is that you gotta get where they're at. You know, that's their life technically.
I know, but she's just such a little scummy person, man. She constantly fools Fushi all the time.
And that's what happens, you know, with their living conditions. Because remember with March, man, their whole death thing, you know, they have to sacrifice a person from their village. Like that sucks. But that's the village's thing, and they have to live through that whole cult. I know some of the people some people change, you know, and that's the thing. Right now I feel like that location, no one changed, and if they changed, they went crazy. And that's why they're dead and hanged. So there's no freedom in that place.
No, there's none at all, and it's sad to see.
And then, and then also, I'm going all over the place because I like. There's so many things to talk about within this episode too, where we get a conversation with the creator himself. Like he is the reasons why people die is his own choice, or their choice. I think that's what he said, right?
Yeah, he said that, you know, and it hurt kind of because he said Gugu, personally, was that it was his choice to die there, and Fushi's like, angry, are you kidding me? Why would you say that?
Yeah, and it's Fushi's fault, pretty much.
Yeah, because he let the knockers, you know, form there basically, and without doing anything. And
that was tough to listen to, because at the same time you get it, and then at the same time it sucks.
Yeah, at the same time, it's completely true. Like,
Yeah.
if Fushi wasn't there with the knockers, Gugu would never have died because the knockers weren't after him. But because Fushi was there, like, Gugu's dead now. He's deceased, and it's because of the knockers.
Yeah, so that's what was tough about it. To listen to this conversation, and Fushi's like, he felt like a child to me, where he's like, I don't want to hear you no more. I don't want to listen to what you're saying no more. I'm gonna go rescue the lady and stuff. Yeah,
it was a really great conversation. And you know, even at the end there, when we were seeing like him go through all of his forms to try and scare that one guy, and because he didn't want to kill him, and he tried to scare him. And then at the very end, he turns into Perona, which was crazy. I was not expecting that at all. That was a crazy moment. So literally, because I don't know what this means.
Yeah,
we don't know. Perona's dead.
Yeah, we don't know
now.
If she died or not, or is this just a memory like locking? Because I know he still doesn't remember March. I think he was targeting towards March, because he saw the outline of her body, but she ended up going with the other girl. But
yeah, because he remembered her speak there, and what she said resonated with him, because he was going through the motions there, because he was thinking to himself, he was like, if only I could turn to something scarier, bigger, more frightening to frighten this guy. And he's like, wait, what am I talking about? Like, these people have all died. And I'm like wishing that I could, you know, what am I to judge a life, you know? Mm-hmm. Saying like, oh, Gugu's life wasn't as important because it's not able to scare this one guy.
Jeez,
and then that's when he remembers Perona saying the exact same thing, like, how are you supposed to dictate someone else's life? And that's when he turns into her. And he just boots that guy right in the face.
And of course, we got a introduction back to our the lady we hate the most.
Our main villain, yes. Our main big villain, other than the knockers. We didn't see her face. We saw the outline of the scars, but she's still hunting him, going insane.
That was nasty. The whole licking cheek thing. I was like,
oh my gosh, yeah. At first, I didn't recognize who it was. I just saw this random girl come up on him.
I was like, this
it's so gross.
This
like
girl.
She's so obsessed with him to a point probably of like weird like sexual obsession at this point, since she licked him, and is like, oh dude, he's gone off the deep end even more so.
You know what? I want Fushi to end him up, literally slice her or something. I don't know. Finally, Fuji actually murders a
that
person.
lady, because I bet if Perona's dead, I bet that girl killed her. You know, that's just my theory, because, you know, if Fushi's able to turn a Perona, I think she's dead, and I think that girl killed her, and I think that we're gonna get the reveal that she killed her when they fight. She's gonna be like, oh, I killed her.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see, but that's just my prediction here. Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, this is the first time we get some type of thing like this, so I have no guesses for this one.
Yeah, because usually it was very straightforward. It was like, if something dies, he's able to turn into it. Even the naked mole rat, he's able to turn into.
The funny thing is that I always had a prediction for this show, but this time my predictions, this time I can't predict that. I don't know what could happen, or what's the reason why he turned into her. So we'll see what happens next episode.
We'll see what happens this show. You know, it's almost done. There's only 5 after next episode. There's only 5 episodes left, so we're gonna wrap up some loose ties and hopefully get some answers with everything. And finally, our final anime of this podcast, Dragon Quest Dai, episode 41. Dai's got a sword, man. Got a sword finally. He broke his baby.
But before he broke his baby, we get a Hyun kill and a mom moment.
Oh,
even more.
Course. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Oh, if Omar were here, he'd be screaming.
I like to joke around with him too. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
look at that, man. Look at mom, you know, showering on what do you call it?
Hyunkil.
Hyunkil. Yeah.
Hyunkil, more like Hunkil, am I right? That's what mom thinks.
Yeah, so you get to see mom like, you got this, man. I believe in you. And then Hyunkil's like, yeah, I believe in you too, man. That's the reason why I'm still good.
Yeah, you know, I want to see a Hyunkil and mom kiss, just like what happened with in Villainous, dude.
Whoa.
Where Pop gets cucked. Hardcore.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Omar, if you're watching this, I want to see that, okay? Fight me. Pop sucks, dude. Fight me. He ain't gonna get no women. He ain't gonna get anybody, man.
But remember, Dai ends up telling his Pop's parents that he's good, man. Remember?
He's good, man.
When he left the village thingy, so
I mean, he's just trying to be nice. I mean, Pop literally did die at some point, so he's the only one who passed away.
But yeah, so damn, I felt like Dai upgraded a bit towards once he got his sword already.
Yeah, he's OP now. He's OP now.
He didn't use the sword there. I was like, whoa, what was this, man? He just came.
Yeah, and then he's like, Mr. Vern, I don't need this. I don't need my sword on you. I don't need to waste on you. And he's like, Mr. Vern's like, are you kidding me? Oh, how dare you? Oh.
But then Hyunkil with his prior to that, Hyunkil's abilities were pretty cool too. His whole tactics and stuff, and his ability to free himself too out of the darkness. Even though he's not the MC, but he could be, you know. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dai comes in. Hyunkil tells him like, "Hey, bro, I got this. Go take care of the castle, because you know the castle's going to yo girl right now. You're gonna save yo girl."
Yeah, go save her, man. Cause like the two big ships are I think Mom and Pop will get together because of their names, dude. I think it's just obvious. But as much as I have fun with Hyunkil, and then I think it's gonna be Dai and Leona, dude. I think they're gonna get together because you know she's always like Dai-kun.
And then her
come here and save me.
And the whole the blushing too when he does his strikes and stuff with his new sword, of course. Yeah,
she's like, oh, your sword is so big.
I like that. I liked also where the Vegeta looking guy, you know which character I'm talking about, the guy, the old man that was already surrendering and stuff. I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, damn, this guy's already giving up. What happened to your pride, huh? What happened to your military, you know?
I know, he's like just sitting there like,
the rest of
let's just surrender.
Yeah, the rest of the kings were like, oh no, man, just come on, have faith, man, come on.
Yeah,
he was already giving up, but you know, Dai ends up destroying the whole entire building. I was like, damn. Even with the henchmen trying to control the building, Dai's like, nope, I'm underneath you. Get ready to get blown up. Literally demolishes that guy.
Yeah, he was like, I'm underneath you, and then he blows up the whole thing from underneath, and that little stupid little ghost guy is so annoying.
Oh, he was.
He was so annoying, dude. He was like, like, shut up, man. You suck. You ain't Mr. Vern, you suck.
Yeah, Mr. Vern was cool. Well, we'll see what happens next episode with him.
Yeah, of course, you know, knowing this anime, it's not going to be that easy as Dai just kills everything. Mr. Vern's going to bust out the third eye of truth or something. Maybe he'll finally take off his mask because he doesn't like anyone seeing his face. Yeah. He's ugly.
But yeah, so that was pretty much it for the episode.
Yeah, pretty simple episode, but you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is fun.
We like the shenanigans that happen.
The shenanigans, dude.
All right.
All right, and we don't have any news for this week, so yeah, I guess that's the end of this podcast here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, do all that good stuff to get notified when we do our podcast or whatever else we do. And we will see you guys next time. This has been Josh,
and this is David,
and we'll see you guys.
Bye.